Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Kyle Clark. Time's running out before the government shutdown hits SNAP food benefits for people in Colorado and across the country.
9 News reporter Angeline McCall joins us, and Angeline, food banks are already preparing to see more people in need.
Right. This pause to SNAP could have lasting impacts on families, especially over the holidays. It's also unclear if the government shutdown ends, say, mid-November. Would those benefits be given out retroactively, or would they totally be unavailable for the entire month of November? The Colorado Department of Human Services say they aren't even sure what could happen.
It's the kind of message people didn't want to get. SNAP benefits are on hold.
We, the support, are also not certain about what's going to end up happening.
Crystal Egley with Food Bank Broomfield Fish says 65% of people who come here receive SNAP.
We have seen lately in recent years that a lot more people are using fish as a primary source of their food and their nutrition.
If the government shutdown doesn't end by this Friday, benefits won't go out on time. That's the preliminary information Weld Food Bank received from Republican Congressman Gabe Evans.
In all honesty, it feels like at this point right now, the plan is that there is not an immediate plan to provide funding for SNAP and other social safety nets.
And when people can't turn to SNAP, the Weld Food Bank says they'll likely turn to pantries instead.
People are being told to come to food banks, but in all honesty, food banks can't bear the weight of what's coming. For every dollar for every meal that a food bank provides, SNAP provides 9 meals.
In Weld County, the SNAP pause will impact roughly 40,000 people.
We really at times are at a loss of what we really can do. The hope is that folks will still come to us because we will still have something to give. It just won't be what we want to give them.
Democratic Congressman Joe Nagu said in a community discussion Tuesday, the statewide impact is even larger.
The potential for 600,000 Coloradans or more to lose their access to SNAP benefits come November 1st is a 5-alarm fire.
Food banks like Broomfield Fish say when the government doesn't have a plan, they're working instead to find one.
We're just trying to plan for all different types of contingencies, and as families, that can be so much more urgent for them as well.
For people who want to help, food banks, of course, would be grateful for any kind of donation, but they say financial donations do go much further simply because they can buy in bulk or at a discount. Broomfield Fish, for instance, has a program called Adopt a Shelf where people can commit to donating monthly. In the studio, Angeline McCall, 9 News.
Today marks 3 weeks into the federal government shutdown. At 21 days, it is now tied for the second longest in U.S. history. 21 days in, the party's positions have not budged. Democrats want Republicans to help them keep health care costs from rising in return for their votes to pass a budget. Republicans say they're not going to negotiate over that. Longest shutdown ever remains the one during President Trump's first term, 35 days, when Democrats refused to fund Trump's border wall. This time around is that standoff over enhanced health care subsidies. This comes as the number of uninsured children in Colorado is rising.
9 News reporter Janelle Finch joins us now with some resources for parents. Janelle, clinics are helping more people who are seeking care with less.
Every Child Pediatrics says they put about $1 million into uncompensated care for kids without insurance. They're now investing even more as demands increase.
A cry can signal a number of needs, but for whatever the reason behind these wails,
oh, I love the babies.
Dr. Laura Luzetti answers.
We say that sometimes. We're like, can you imagine there are people who go to work and there's no babies there?
She's the executive director at Every Child Pediatrics. She says the clinic serves more than 24,000 patients across Colorado.
Most of our patients are low income.
Dr. Luzetti says 8 to 9% of those patients each month are uninsured, and that rate has doubled in recent months.
We have seen over the past year and a half a drastic increase in the number of kids who don't have health insurance.
It's not just Every Child Pediatrics. The U.S. Census found Colorado's uninsured population under 19 went up 1.9% from 2023 to 2024. Luzetti says her staff doesn't stop at supporting a child's physical needs.
Yes, that's Ariana.
Care navigator Ariana Strudwick goes further to help families.
Housing, resources, clothing, school advocacy, applying for CCAB, child care, SNAP.
Strudwick says social and emotional imbalances can trickle down.
We can help with this additional service outside of the healthcare that we provide. So making it a little bit easier for families who just have a lot on their plate.
She says her team's work is more in demand.
We have a whole village for ECP.
And while there may be an increase in cries around her clinic, Luzetti says no tears will be shed over lack of care.
We believe all kids deserve access to quality care regardless of their family circumstances.
Every Child Pediatrics also has dentists and dietitians to see kids. It helps accommodate single working parents who may not be able to take multiple days off for multiple appointments. Again, this is all at no cost to the patients in need. Janelle Finch, 9 News.
If you enjoyed today's warm and sunny weather, you're in luck because another nice fall day is on tap. 9 News Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin is here with a quick look at our forecast.
Oh my goodness, what a day. We started at 27 degrees and warmed to 71, and we didn't have that awful wind that we had to deal with yesterday. It is a calm and clear night in downtown Denver. These are the low temperatures this morning. We had that freeze warning issued, and for many areas, temperatures well below freezing this morning. But with the afternoon came these glorious clouds. Look at these sunset clouds coming in from the Loveland area. We really missed that tonight. That's pretty cool. 58 is the current temperature. Our high today in the low 70s. So a nice mild evening, not a lot of wind to track, which is always a good thing. The storm that brought the wind and the light mountain snow is well off to the north and east. Pretty quiet for Colorado in the west. So that means temperatures tonight will slide, but not into the 20s. 30s are where we expect to go tonight. And part of your weather headlines, we've got another mild, dry day tomorrow. We're tracking a Thursday storm, and we're going to look ahead to that Broncos Sunday football forecast.
Aurora City Council has plans to hold an in-person meeting for the first time in months. Council members voted last night to go back to council chambers for their meeting on November 17th. That's after the municipal election. Council has been meeting virtually since June, and they decided to do that after a civil case over the death of Kylan Lewis until that's resolved. 37-year-old man was shot and killed by police in May of 2024. People protesting his death attended every single council meeting in the months afterwards. The civil case is still active, but Mayor Mike Kaufman said last night he hopes they've moved past the interruptions.
Denver's clerk and recorder Paul Lopez is currently pushing back about the idea of a budget reduction as he heads into a year when he has to run 2 elections. But Denver obviously is currently in a budget crunch. The city's making cuts to address a $200 million shortfall. In the first draft of the 2026 budget, the clerk's office was going to get a $4.5 million reduction. The clerk warned that cuts could affect the number of polling centers for next year's elections. And then yesterday, the mayor added back $800,000. The clerk says not good enough. Our Marshall Zellinger asked the clerk if this is really about election security or positioning him for an election challenge to the mayor.
Are you running for mayor?
No, I'm not running for mayor. I filed for clerk and recorder. If standing up for democracy it means I'm running for mayor, that doesn't make sense.
City Council has ultimate approval of the city budget. Clerk Lopez could still get full funding. Right now, he estimates he is about $2.7 million short of what he says he needs.
A beer made to benefit a nonprofit could go to waste. It's sitting in a brewery that the city of Denver seized over nearly $100,000 in unpaid taxes. The Hispanic Restaurant Association created their own beer to serve at their partner restaurants as a fundraiser. They had Raices brew it. Then the city shut down the brewery. Now, $10,000 to $15,000 worth of beer is sitting in one of the tanks of their facility. The Restaurant Association is asking the city if they can get it for them.
It seems like a solvable problem. That's my ask of the city. Help me solve it. I'm just asking for a little bit of goodwill and grace.
A city spokesperson says if there was a legal way to help, they would, but they say they're bound by municipal code that won't allow them to release any property from the business right now.
The largest private sector employer in America is halting job offers for applicants who need H-1B visas. Walmart confirmed the change today, weeks after President Trump decided to add a $100,000 fee on those visas designed for high-skill position. Major tech companies are the largest users of that program. Walmart has a significant online marketplace that competes with Amazon. Government data show Walmart currently employs more than 2,000 H-1B visa holders. Layoffs are coming to the University of Northern Colorado as that college deals with a $14 million budget deficit. About 50 people are expected to lose their jobs. Leadership points to the drop in student enrollment and a loss of $500,000 in state funding. There are about 8,400 students at UNC, down from more than 12,000 7 years ago. The layoffs are expected early next month. Leaders say educators will keep their jobs. It will be staff positions that will be cut, and then about 30 vacant roles won't be filled.